Audio Jungle.
Hey guys, Sasha here. Welcome back to my channel and for another video, which I'm quite excited to cover. This topic is things they don't tell you about during your C-section. So if you are like moi, I have to deliver all of my kids via C-section because I am too little from what my doctor said. Like, not, well, physically, yes, I'm too little, but my insides are too, like, petite, and my fiance is about almost 6 foot, and I am 5'3". So he's just giving me really big babies. My son was 8 pounds, and he was breech pretty much the whole entire pregnancy. They were giving him to like maybe 3 weeks before I was due to see if he would actually turn, and that kid did not turn, and my daughter is the same way. So I'm about 25 weeks right now, and she is laying breech. And so the doctor, just for my own safety and for the safety of my child, just decided that I'm gonna have to be having C-sections with all of my kids. So if you are going to your C-section and this is your first time, I hope I can help you kind of expect things that you're not going to expect, because there was a lot of things. Obviously, I was never pregnant before and never had a C-section. So going in to this surgery, and let me tell you, it is surgery, okay? It is abdominal surgery. They are cutting through you. They're not through you. They're cutting you open, and it is major abdominal surgery. And you know, they do it all the time. Just kind of think of it that way. I was and have always been so terrified to give birth vaginally, and then when I found out I had to do C-section, I was actually kind of happy, but I was still scared because it's still major abdominal surgery. So let's get into what they don't tell you, but what to expect. So number one, I believe this is probably with everybody, but I don't know what they do vaginally. I'm sure they do this too, but with my particular C-section, once they take you to that first room, they prep you. So they give you a whole bunch of injections of, I think it's pretty much what your body needs. So they rehydrated me. I think I had like 2 IV bags of something, and then you just kind of get in the bed already into your gown, and they put that strap over you to make sure baby's doing okay, and you know, to keep an eye on the heartbeat. So what I didn't expect is when they inject you with all of the fluids, you are gonna have the shakes and the jitters like nobody's business. Like you had like freaking 6 Red Bulls and you are ready to do laps around the hospital, because, and I thought it was just the nerves, but I think the nurse said it was a mix of nerves and the injections that you get, and your body gets super cold because the fluids are cold. So they're super cold, you get super jittery, and I was definitely not expecting that. And it actually made me more nervous once I started shaking, because I didn't know that this was normal. I wasn't expecting this, and you know, it kind of freaked me out. So please know, if you get the jitters, if you get the shakes, like literally you're trembling like this, it's okay. It's okay. It's normal. You're fine. Just keep that breathing in and breathing out slow, and just try to relax, because it's prepping you for the surgery. So, but just know it's completely normal. Number 2, when you are already prepped and you're ready to go, and they wheel you into the operating room, they're gonna tie you down. And I don't know why I wasn't expecting to be tied down. Maybe because I thought, you know, if you're freaking cut open, that I'm just not gonna freaking fly off the table all willy-nilly because my freaking organs are out. So just know they do tie you down, and they tie you down like this. So you're on the table, and they have 2 whatever the thing is under the table that like kind of comes out, and you rest your arms there and you tie your arms down. On this arm, I had nothing but IVs and whatever the heck they poked me with, and I think blood, a pulse oximeter, and I don't know. Honestly, I was drugged, so I don't know. I just know this arm was pretty much wired up. This arm was free, but it was still tied down. So I think it was just one strap on each arm, and I think it was at the wrist. If they are too tight, let your anesthesiologist know, because that's going to be the guy that's pretty much with you the whole delivery, and he's there just maintaining, you know, the anesthesia and making sure you're okay. My anesthesiologist, oh my God, I hope I can have him again, because he was amazing. He talked to me and distracted me. We were talking about my workplace, like we were laughing, like he was so cool. Let them know if they're the ties, they're not going to untie you. So just know that right now. They'll loosen them, but they're not going to untie you. And then if you get cold, I actually got cold in there because, like I said, you're being pumped full of fluids. You're lying there naked. You don't have a blanket. You're literally there naked, and you have the drape from under your chest pretty much up, so that way you don't see anything. And then you get cold. So I told my anesthesiologist I'm a little cold, and then I started shaking. It's just cold. It's cold and nerves. So no, it's okay. They do these surgeries all the time, and they know what they're doing. So my anesthesiologist brought me a blanket, and I was able to have my chest, and you're still in your gown, so your boobs aren't out like in front of the guy, you know? So I still have my gown. They just roll it up to your breast, and then they put the blanket on you. So just ask him, can I have a blanket? They brought me nice warm blankets. Like it was the best. And they brought me warm blankets, and you're just know you're gonna be tied there the whole surgery until your baby is born. When your baby is born, and I don't know if this is with every hospital, but I wanted to do the skin to skin right away, and I wanted to try the latch already. So as soon as they weighed him, as soon as they cleaned him up and got the blood and stuff off him, then they untie this arm and they let me like kind of cradle him up here on the chest, but Dad was still holding him, and you know, making sure, so I couldn't really hold him all the way, but yeah, you still do get this arm free. But just know the whole delivery, you're tied down. So number 3, before your partner comes in, they are already gonna have you cut open. So don't freak out. They're not delivering the baby already. I actually asked my doctor this after my first like postpartum checkup or whatever. They said they do this because they don't want the partner seeing the other partner being cut open. So what my doctor did, obviously they come and they make sure that you're numb, because I had an epidural, and they come and they make sure you're numb, and then he pushes on you. You feel pressure, nothing too bad, and then he cuts you open already. And at that point, when he already started to cut me open and I realized they were cutting me open, I was like, where the hell is Walter? And then I started freaking out, because obviously, for one, I'm having major surgery. I need my freaking partner there. And then 2, I'm just like, he's gonna miss the birth. So I was really freaking out, and I kept asking the doctor himself, I'm like, can he come in now? Can he come in now? Can he come in now? And then finally he's like, yeah, he's like, we're just trying to get you prepped, hun. And then he's like, let me do what I need to do, and then don't worry, he's like, we're gonna call him in. And then I was like, okay. So I was already like freaking out, because I'm like, where is he at? And then finally, I think they gave me a little more drugs, because they realized that I was getting very like anxious, and I think my heart rate ran up a little bit. So they gave me a little more drugs. And then like 5 minutes, I felt like 5 minutes later, I saw Walter coming through the door, and then he said I was really happy and like nothing was going on, but I think it's because I was so heavily medicated. He said for him, as the boyfriend, the partner coming in on the other side, he said that his main surprise was that I already was cut open. So let your significant other know, or whoever's going to be there with you during the C-section, let them know that you're already going to be cut open. Like, that's just what it is. You're just going to be cut open, and kind of, obviously you don't want someone there that's going to freak you out because you're cut open on that table. So Walter likes that stuff. He likes to see the organs and stuff, and he actually asked the doctor if he could peek over the curtain. And the doctor was like, "Are you sure?" And he was like, "Yeah." So Walter saw everything, and to this day I asked him, just don't tell me anything, because I knew we were gonna have more kids and I'd rather just not know. But he said it was really cool, and that he said that you do see the organs. So he said that some of my organs were already out on the table, and that he saw him rupture the bag, because you feel it, like he's moving you, like the doctor's, like, I swear he was like shaking me like this side to side trying to get the baby out. And like I said, nothing painful. Honestly I felt no pain. It was just really like pressure. And then Walter said he saw the baby come out of me. So you just let your partner know if you want to peek over, if they want to peek over the curtain and the doctor allows it, that they can. So that was definitely one thing I did not expect, was to be cut open before my partner. Number 4 is the numbing. So I got the epidural, and to be honest, that wasn't bad at all. Like, I didn't feel anything, and I was nervous and I was shaky. And the nurse was there, because your partner's not allowed in there yet. And the nurse was really cool with me. She was distracting me. And you know, they just tell you to arch your back, and they give you the shot, and honestly, it was no big deal. Like, the epidural was no big deal at all for me. But just know that your body is gonna go numb. And a lot of people have different experiences, that they're numb from like the shoulders down or from the breasts down. For me, I was numb, I wanna say from the breast down. I didn't feel anything. And I tried, like, they tell you, hey, can you move your legs? And I was trying my hardest to jump off that table, because obviously if I can move my legs, I don't want you cutting me open. So I was like, wiggle your big toe, wiggle your big toe, but like nothing. You're completely numb from here down. And I think it took about a day to wear off. So I started moving my feet, I think probably the next morning, if not somewhere in between the sleeping time and the morning time at the hospital. So that's something I didn't expect either, of how long I was gonna be numb for. So just know you're gonna be pretty much numb that whole night, and you're not gonna be able to move, which is why they have the catheter in you. And yeah, so just know you're pretty much gonna be numb the whole night till the next morning. Number 5 is, it's all gonna be over with before you even know it. The whole procedure, I want to say from the epidural to them suturing me up, took about maybe, I want to say 40 to 45 minutes. Like, it was so quick. Doctor was in, I was cut open, baby came out, he was good, they weighed him, dried him, birth, you know, latched on for a second, okay, bye. He went with daddy into the other room. While you were getting sewn up and cauterized or whatever, because that's what happened to me. I got cauterized, and then they just make sure they have all their instruments and their sponges and stuff like that, because they count them, and then make sure nothing is left inside you. And then yeah, and then once all that is done, they wheel you to recovery, and like I said, all of that like 45 minutes. It was so quick, and that's one thing I definitely was not expecting, of just how quick the whole procedure was gonna be done. And which is weird for me, because I watch a lot of Grey's Anatomy and all this stuff, but no, I was thinking it was gonna be like an hour and a half, but it really wasn't. It only took 45 minutes. You're in, you're out, baby, boom, bye. Like, it was so crazy how fast it went. Number 6 is when they do wheel you to recovery. I was not expecting to get nauseous then. So the whole time that I have the IVs in me and medication in me, they do tell you you might throw up. I know a lot of people that actually threw up while you're tied down, and I can't even imagine that experience. But I was really trying to get in my own head and tell myself to relax and to breathe. And I think just me meditating to myself, and I was praying the whole time. I'm praying to God and tell him to keep me safe and keep my son safe, and please let us have a smooth recovery. So just me praying and talking to God and meditating, I feel like kind of helped me not get sick, because they did pump a lot of medication in me. But when I went into recovery is when I felt the nausea. So I didn't throw up, thank goodness, but just know that if it doesn't hit you during the procedure, it might hit you after, and that's okay. But just try to take the deep, slow breaths. Let the nurse that's there helping you out during that time know that, hey, I'm feeling a little nauseous. And I think they gave me a medicine to bring down my nausea, and then I was fine maybe 20 minutes later. So just know you still might get a chance of nausea after the procedure. Number 7 is the hospital that we stayed at had really, really good food. And when I came out of surgery, I think, let's see, my baby was born at 6:45 p.m. And I think, I want to say maybe the next morning. I want to say the next morning, or even maybe late that night, they let me eat. And I mean eat. I had soup, I had jello, the next morning I had eggs, I had bacon. Like, they let me eat. So don't be surprised if you do well during your surgery that they let you eat. And don't be afraid to eat. If you're hungry and you have that appetite, eat, because it's gonna make you feel better and it's gonna make you not be nauseous, because all you're doing is getting IV fluids the whole time. So if you feel good enough to eat, make sure you eat. And just, and then if you are feeling nauseous, let them know, and then they'll give you a pill, or in my case, a liquid drink, and that'll help with your nausea, and then maybe that'll make you want to eat. But don't be forced to eat if you're not hungry, but if you are hungry, girl, eat that breakfast. Number 8. When they let you walk, they let me walk, I want to say on day 2, maybe in the afternoon or in the evening, because I stayed a total of 4 days. Walk I didn't know how important it was. Everybody tells you like, hey, make sure you walk, and as soon as they tell you, but you're in so much pain, and you're gonna be in pain afterwards. It's just gonna be super, super sore down there, and it's gonna hurt. And when they tell you to walk, really take the advice and really do walk. It's gonna help you in the long run. And as soon as they said I can walk, me and Walter were up and doing laps around the little nursing area with the baby. And he'd push him in the car, and we would just walk super slow. Take your time, but walk, because the quicker you walk, the quicker your muscles are trying to heal itself. And it's gonna hurt. It sucks, but it's gonna hurt. But it's gonna work better for you to start getting that walking in instead of just staying stuck in your bed. So tip number 9 is, just because you didn't deliver vaginally doesn't mean it's not tender down there. So for me, I was still a little bit tender, and going to the bathroom, it sucked. It sucked the first time. So when they take the catheter out of you, and I'm sorry girl, when they take the catheter out, it hurts worse than going in. But when they take the catheter out, I was dreading going to the bathroom. I was like, I don't want to go to the bathroom, I don't want to pee, and I don't want to do all that. And just so you know, like on a side note, they don't release you unless your baby gasses and unless you gas. So you have to go, you have to fart, girl. You just got it. And they just have to make sure that everything down there is working before they let you go. So I was just dreading going to the bathroom, because you take for granted, man, how well you use these abdominal muscles of yours. And just sitting down on the bathroom and getting back up, that's your abdomen working for you. I was like, wow, that was extremely painful. So when you guys go to the bathroom, I suggest taking a nurse with you at least the first time, and just to gauge your own pain. and just know they're there to help, and don't be embarrassed because they see everything and we all have the same parts. So, you know, and a lot of them are moms already and they know what you're going through. So don't be ashamed of having the nurse in with you. I'm definitely gonna have the nurse in with me next time. And just, you know, don't be ashamed and take the nurse with you. All right, tip number 10, and my last tip is, just because you did not deliver vaginally doesn't mean you're not gonna bleed still down there. So in my own head, I was expecting, well, I'm not gonna bleed down there because I didn't deliver down there. Girl, you were cut open. Your abdomen was cut open. Your organs were on the table. You still bleed down there. Your abdominal muscles got sewn back together. Your uterus is working. Everything is like trying to get back to normal. So you still bleed down there, and it's gonna come out like a period. At least mine did. So I remember coming home, I think maybe I started bleeding, I want to say a couple of days after I came home. So we were at the hospital for 4 days, 4, 5, 6, maybe around like the 7th day I started bleeding. And I kind of freaked out because I was like, why am I bleeding? Like, you know, I don't remember being told this. So I did call my OB, and he's like, oh, it's totally normal, and expect this and expect that. So you do bleed, but not enough for those big diapers that you see people recommend you wearing. Like for a C-section, I just had a large pad, like the really large overnight pads, and I just kind of went through maybe 2 a day, I think, and I only bled for like, ooh, I want to say maybe like 6 or 7 days. And it wasn't even a lot. It was just like an extended period. And there was no cramps or no pain. It was just blood. So, you know, just kind of, like I said, you're still tender down there even though you didn't deliver. But just clean yourself normally. Like, used toilet paper. I used baby wipes. And I kept everything clean down there, and just, you know, used the pads and used the extra long pads. But I didn't need the diapers, and I brought them just in case because I didn't really know what to expect. But yeah, you might not bleed that much down there, and you might bleed a lot. But from my experience, as far as I talked to other C-section mamas, they said they were like me and they didn't even really bleed that much. So that's something that I definitely did not expect, was to bleed at all. But I'm glad I didn't bleed as much as, you know, if I were to have it vaginally, because I think that would have terrified me even more. But yeah, so those were my 10 things that I feel like I did not expect during my C-section, and I hope this helps you kind of get a more clear version of what to expect during your C-section. I like these type of videos where, you know, I tell you kind of what to expect, and I like being honest, because it's so nice when someone's honest with you and tell you like, hey, look out for this and look out for this, because pregnancy is not all glitter and rainbows that people make it out to be. And, you know, I'm just trying to bring like a real aspect of like, hey girl, it's not really like this. You're gonna bleed still, and it's gonna hurt still, and, you know, just expect this. So I hope you guys liked this video. For my mamas out there, you can do it, girl. And then if you're on your second one like me, you did it once, where obviously it didn't hurt that bad, because we're gonna do it again. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to go to my Instagram down below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe, please. We're almost at 400, guys, and that's like very exciting. I've been doing this for a long time, and now that I'm just getting back in the game more consistently, it's nice to know there are other people interested in the topics that I am. So I hope I can help. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, peace.